Hello, young learners and the community. It's amazing to be here and meet you today. I'm an artist based in New York City. My name is Beau Bree Rhee, and I am so happy to be here. I work a lot with drawing and movement and performance. I also teach at Parsons School of Design. And I've prepared, brainstormed an exercise that we can do together involving both movement and drawing. And before we start, I wanted to show you a little bit of what I've been working on lately. This year, I've gone back to the figure, very strong. It was something that I wasn't doing for a couple years, and then since the pandemic hit, it's been kind of a bigger theme. Maybe it's because I feel so out of body some days. Um, so I've had, wow, maybe now, 17, 18 years of dance training. And I'm really interested in how the movement, the imagination of choreography, the poetry of gestures can be translated into visual form. So I work a lot with ink and gouache. I'm very interested in the human body as a site of ecology. So I also teach about environmentalism and sustainability at Parsons as well. Um, so yeah, I really think of the body as a kind of cosmic, these are from a few years ago, as a cosmic entity that connects us to um, all the kind of infinite uh, dependencies and intricacies of the universe. So I think this gives you a bit of an idea of kind of my studio universe. So um, I'm going to now move us over to the movement side. So I'll see you there in a little bit. So hi, we're back. So we're going to start with 1, 2, 3, 4 words. So circle, line, square, thread. So I want you to get warmed up, jump up and down a little bit, and just think about how you might make those words, that poetry, that form, that idea speak with your body. So for me, let's see. So we could do that kind of circle. We could do this kind of circle. We could do this kind of a circle. We could do a baby circle, do a little circle with your pinky. So you can think about different scales. So ranging from a mini scale to a big scale to make up a lot of room. So first word, circle. So I want you to think about what that means for you today. Then we go to the second one, which is line. So you got circle and line. So these are two very different ideas, right? So maybe if you're doing a really big, juicy circle around, then maybe you can contrast that and just make a tiny little line, maybe with your fingers, right? Or maybe draw a little line with your elbow, something very subtle. So it's kind of just a way to put together pieces, almost like a puzzle, but then you are kind of making the pieces of the puzzle with your imagination and your body. So these are just some choreographic kind of exercises to get you thinking about form and movement and bringing in your creativity to the work. So let's see. So today I'm going to go circle, line. Okay, so we have 2. Then the next one is square. So square. So if you look at your body, there's kind of different squares everywhere, right? There's squares in the knees. There's a square here. There's a square here that you can make with your elbow. Here, the good old SNL dance. So once again, maybe just imagine in your head, what kind of square do you want to make? What size? Where is it? What color is it? I like thinking about that kind of thing too. So circle, line. And I think for me today, I'm feeling like a very nice kind of frontal square. So very strong. I'm thinking of kind of a powerful red square. So I'm channeling my power. So then the next word is thread. So that's actually quite cool because here maybe we can melt the thread kind of through this big strong square. So maybe we can do those four together. And you don't have to follow how I'm doing these words. Hopefully you can create your own forms through circle, line, square, thread. But if you want to follow what I'm doing, that's perfectly cool too, because that's what I'm here for, just some inspiration. So here we go, okay? So we go big circle, line. I'm making a line with my eye too. And then we go square. Gonna hold, and then a gentle little thread through. Okay, that's great. So then let's go to the next four: triangle, bird, lost, land. So these are getting a little bit more abstract. So triangle is still a form, but then after triangle is bird, lost, land. So we ended square, thread, and maybe I can continue the thread, and I'm kind of already noticing a triangle with my body here. So maybe what I would do is go square, go thread, and we go triangle, and then we go bird. So let's start at square again. Square, big strong square, melt, thread, triangle. So we can repeat and remember the phrase we're making. I'm going to start from the beginning. So let's go circle, line, square, triangle, and bird. Now these two, the next one, they're a little bit more lost. When you think of lost, how does your body feel? Where are you? What are you thinking in your head? What's the first person that you think of? So you can kind of imagine that scenario, and we can make a form of your body that speaks that way. So we're here at bird, and when I feel lost, I feel really small. So I actually want to go kind of in a tiny little place. And when you're lost, it's kind of hard to tell whether you're going forwards or backwards or north or south or east or west. It's very hard to know exactly where you are in space. So I'm just going to put my head down. Lost. And then the next one is land. So maybe land is something that helps ground you and helps you feel, present. But then land is also really big and scary, right? So maybe we go from lost, and I'm going to kind of do a turn away from the lost. So lost into land. So big, juicy, open prairie land. Okay, so let's start from, we're here at red, triangle, bird, and lost. And land. Good? Okay, so we're nearly done. We only have 3 more. We've got air, sail, and diamond. So a lot of the time I like to work with ideas that are opposing. So if you got land, it's kind of interesting to think of air. Air, the next word I thought of was sail. And just to complete kind of another form, so we've done circle, line, triangle. I wanted to end with diamond. So we're here with land. Big, expansive land. And I want you to just close your eyes and think about air. What does air smell like? What does air feel like? What kind of air? Is it sea air? Is it air by the river? Is it air when the subway comes in? Air these days has become a big issue with the pandemic, right? And also sometimes air can be scary or breathing. So it's a very invisible and complex thing, right? So maybe we can think about how that would resonate with our bodies. So maybe here from land. For me, it almost feels very natural to kind of try and touch it. So air, and I'm gonna do a little kind of a hop up because air is very lightweight too. And I'm just gonna keep doing this motion, air, air, air. So it's kind of a long one. So after air, we have sail. Sail is maybe from air, air. We can do, when I think of sail, I think of kind of a beautiful kind of stretched form, kind of pulling us forward. So we could do air, 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 and then do a nice kind of movement forward. So we're here at sail. So we have sail, and our last word, diamond. Diamond could be just the form, or something very precious, like a jewel, or a promise. It can be a promise, or it can be something that's forever. So one idea can have many different meanings. So we're going to sail, and we're going to end on a diamond. So for me, especially now, it's important to kind of have things to look forward to. So I'm going to think of diamond as a kind of promise. So we're touching the air, 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 sail, and maybe diamond can be This to me, I'm going to end with promise. Okay. So, do you think we can remember all that? Let's start from the beginning. So we're going to do circle, line, square, thread, triangle, bird, lost, land, air, sail, diamond. All right. So I'm going to be right here with you. And if I forget, I'm going to too. So we're going to do circle, line, square, thread. Those are the first four, remember? All right. So we go circle, line, square, and no, little thread, and triangle, and bird, and lost. We're gonna spin around, and big wind, and air, air. Pushes you up. More air. Air. As long as you feel like doing air until you are the sail. Move forward, move back. Let the sail move you. And we end in a nice promise diamond. Okay, so I think we should do that one more time with feeling. So we're going to do circle and nice little line, square, strong red square, melt thread, and triangle, and bird, and lost. Remember, big, juicy, land. Be strong like land. And air. 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 And sail. Move like a sail. And end with the diamond. So I hope that sparked your imagination. And I'll see you back in the studio. So we're back in the studio. What I want us to do we're going to do a very quick 5-minute sketch here. So we're going to think about the phrase we just built: circle, line, square, thread, triangle, bird, lost, land, air, sail, diamond. And we're going to try and make a little drawing. So one of the things that's really nice to do is to think about the arc of the movement. So where there might be a climax, what feels smaller, what feels bigger, what's a detail, what's a big statement. And I'm going to choose 3 colors to work with. So I'm going to use black. You can use a pencil, you can use pastel, you can use charcoal to get more texture. I'm going to use ink and gouache. So I like using this nice India ink. For today, just to be flexible, I have my palette of gouaches. So here we go. This is just gonna be a I call this a through line kind of practice where you're connecting one type of creativity to another one. And it's a lot of fun. So hopefully my drawing today is something worth y'all seeing. So here we go. I'm just gonna, I think, yeah, okay. So for me, that circle is really important. But that line is almost like a little, it's like a little star coming out of the circle. So just a little line. Then we talked about the square as this very strong element where there's kind of a big pause. So even though the movement felt more red, I think I'm going to go a little bit more orange, orangey red, kind of a vermilion, and connect that to this line here. I'm going to fill it with this that's kind of one idea, and then the thread kind of takes us into the next chapter. This is what I have so far. Then remember we had that really nice strong triangle bird. So I'm going to kind of continue this angle that I have going on here, but I'm going to curve it down. And I'm going to make this into a bird shape. So it kind of flows down onto the page. So those two words kind of, to me, are more like one idea. Then I'm going to use black and make kind of a little echo of that circle. But that's my lost like dot. But then it kind of spirals open and becomes that glorious arc. So I'm going to kind of let it spread out of there. Okay. So then we've got air, which was very breathy and connected back to the circles for me. So I'm gonna kind of bring that up. And for me, I think that the sail idea is kind of existing in the air. So I'm just going to go in and maybe make some accents. And create that movement, you know? And then I'm gonna kind of make this stretch of land really strong here. And I'm going to end with my strong, beautiful promise, which to me kind of jumps up in between these hoops. With a very beautiful kind of powerful yellow or something hopeful. So this turned out very differently than what I'd imagined, but it's almost like kind of a Miro landscape. But to me, this dialogue, this talking back and forth of movement and form is really fascinating. And I hope it unlocks some poetry and, you know, moments of true connection between your body and your movement and your imagination and your visual creativity as well. So that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season with your families and stay safe. And yeah, if this inspired you, feel free to keep moving. Maybe pick a poem that you love, turn it into movement, turn it into a drawing. You know, I think we really need outlets now where we can transport ourselves and express ourselves. So I hope this little workshop has been very helpful. So